What's going on, everybody? Vince Goodrum here. It is Thursday morning, about to head to work, and a lot of you guys have been asking what my opinion is on the Liver King. And like I said, I'm more than happy to oblige. I'm going to be honest with you. I think he's an outright con artist and stuff. I mean, no bones about it there. Uh, let me give you guys a synopsis. If you already don't know, this guy promotes ancestral living. He also encourages things like not taking a bath and not brushing your teeth and eating raw organs and stuff like that. And he pretty much says that he's with nature. I have to tell you that this is just a big old ball of crap there. Now, first off, it seems as though he's obviously read the book from Weston Price. And if you guys know, Weston Price was a dentist back in the night, like I said, around 1900s or so forth, in the 20th century. And he used to study Aboriginal tribes as far as their dietary habits and stuff like that. Liver King has obviously taken parts of that book and he's adapted it into his business empire. Now, first off, as far as to his living and ancestral life, there is nothing that I've seen from him that specifies that he lives from an ancestral life. He says to sleep, get cold and everything like that. I mean, he has like a freaking $1 million house, and stuff. He has modern things like a kitchen. I don't recall Aborigines actually having all that stuff. They didn't live in a house. They lived in a freaking teepee or a grass hut or something like that. Obviously, the Liver King doesn't live in a grass hut. And, they used to cook out on the fire. They didn't have a big giant kitchen as he does. I mean, also, if you look in some of his videos, he's wearing a watch. If you're going to have an ancestral living there, then you should be able to tell time by just looking at the sun to see what time it is here. Like I said, the ancestral living stuff is just BS. But, that's one thing, and that's not the important part of this video. The thing that really concerns me is the fact of his dieting and what he's actually promoting to other people. Now, he does eat. He promotes eating raw organs and stuff like that. And here's the thing, people. When it comes to ancestral living, most of our ancestors back thousands of years ago, they didn't have a long lifespan. Most of them couldn't even make it to 40. And that was all the way up until the 19th century, where, you'd be surprised if you see someone in their 40s or 50s here. Most of our ancestors died at a very early age. And the reason being is because of that ancestral diet that this Liver King is promoting. Now, as far as eating raw foods are concerned, now when I go down to Asheville, to Isis Bistro, I will have steak tartare. It's very delicious and everything. And so you can eat a little bit of raw foods and stuff like that, especially salads and everything like that. But you have to remember, if you're consuming raw meat every single day, you're putting yourself at risk of those diseases that killed off most of our ancestors, such as salmonella, for example, food poisoning. Also, with eating raw meat there, a lot of animals may have diseases. We had that bird flu and everything like that. You're putting yourself at risk at these other diseases there that would normally be destroyed upon cooking. That's why we cook food is to destroy all the diseases and stuff in it. That's why milk is pasteurized. Before milk was pasteurized, a lot of people would get sick with food poisoning and salmonella, and they would literally die. That's why we pasteurize milk. That's why we pasteurize eggs. And that's why we do all this other stuff to prevent disease. And this Liver King is promoting this particular diet to where all of the stuff that we spent hundreds of years getting rid of to increase and enhance our lives, he's trying to put back in. And it's crazy. It's stupid, you know? Like I said before, eating tons of raw meat itself puts yourself at risk at, like I said, salmonella and other diseases that you would normally not get whenever you actually cook food there. Now, number two, speaking on the liver itself there, now, the liver does have, I believe, a lot of B12 and everything like that. But remember, the liver has a lot of other compounds in it, especially iron. And if you're eating if you're eating all this liver and everything, the one thing the body can't regulate is iron. You know, so with an iron overload in the body itself, it can lead to things like osteoporosis, uh, heart disease, because you're getting all, because the liver, when you eat liver, you're getting everything else with it there, plain and simple. Uh, it's just ridiculous there. I mean, we spent hundreds of years doing things, innovations, in order for us to live longer lives. The average human lifespan is now like 78. Okay, our ancestors' longevity was, I mean, they would be lucky if they made it to 40. Okay, now one other thing as far as brushing teeth and not brushing teeth and not brushing your hair or anything like that. I hate to tell you this, but Aborigines did brush their teeth and they did comb their hair. They didn't use a toothbrush or anything like that. They used, a bark in order to clean out their teeth and everything. And they actually did comb their hair. I mean, combs have been around for thousands of years. The Egyptians used freaking combs. They would also use razors to shave off all the hair, This ancestral stuff is BS there. And when it comes to not brushing your teeth there, if you don't brush your teeth, you can get all these pus pockets in your teeth there. And, that also inhibits dental diseases there, where, you'll have gingivitis and everything like that. Another thing that killed off a lot of our ancestors, Everything that he's promoting is the same things that killed off our ancestors. And not only that, everything that he is doing is to simply promote nutritional supplements here. He has a full line of supplements. I don't recall our ancestors having a giant factory with a capsulation machine or anything like that and pressing them all together to make supplements. If they're, what supplement companies did ancestors have? Don't worry, I'll wait. They didn't have none. It's like I said, it's just a con job there. Now, some of his, and I've read his websites and everything like that. Some of the things he says is that if you, that the body will heal. Like, for example, if you have like a heart attack, if you eat heart, then that's going to heal the heart. Nigga, you dumb. All right. That's just plain stupid. Okay. Just because you eat thyroid doesn't mean your metabolism's going to increase. Just because you eat a cow's brain doesn't mean you're going to get smarter. The fact of the matter is, once you put any of these parts in your mouth, whether it's the kidney, the thigh, the wishbone, the socket, the jaw, or the nose hairs or anything like that, once you put that in your mouth there, your body is just going to simply turn it into the building blocks of it's going to turn it just simply into amino acids for the most part there. Eating a heart, it doesn't mean if you eat a heart, it doesn't mean it's going to automatically go directly to your heart for repair. That don't make no damn bit of sense there. That's what he's promoting. Apparently the Liver King doesn't have an understanding of nutrition, or maybe he does, and he probably does, and he realizes that, but he's only saying that just in order to sell his dissected beef, his adrenal gland supplements. It's, I believe it's all a con job there. Now, the biggest thing that that really takes me aback is the fact that, he promotes all this here and stuff. But looking at his physique and everything like that, obviously E is enhanced. He is taking some stuff there. Okay? Because our ancestors, uh, do you know any ancestors that looked as jacked as he was whatsoever? Do you know any Aborigines or anything like that? And speaking of that, how many Aborigines ate that much meat there? They didn't eat that much meat as he is, and he's up there eating 50 fertilized eggs in one sitting. I mean, come on, man, really? I mean, really? And eating all those eggs and stuff like that, no matter whether it's raw or pasteurized, that is a ton of cholesterol you're taking into your body, which will cause heart disease. So just to sum things up, because I'm not going to go 20, 30 minutes just trying to break down everything. I'm just going to summarize it, okay? Don't do what this man is doing here. He's obviously saying all of this bullshit in order to sell some products there, and there's nothing natural about him. He's about as natural as Mr. Burns' Springfield nuclear plant, And like I said, I'm not sure who's running it. It's probably Homer Simpson. That's all I got to say today, people. You guys want to know my opinion about the Liver King? Now you got it. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Vince Goodrum channel. Click the link down below.